Dams, like the Misner Dam in Port Dover, cause serious harm to the environment, yet many people are unaware of this fact. The dam is a habitat barrier that stops the migration of trout from Lake Erie. It causes the water in its mill pond to become stagnated and oxygen depleted. The degraded water empties into Lake Erie, where it contributes negatively to its general well-being. The dam also impedes the natural and harmless dispersal of silt and sediments. Furthermore, bird and animal fecal matter accumulates in the mill pond, producing E. coli bacteria and other diseases that threaten public safety and drinking water. Over the years, costly efforts have been made by farmers and environmentally conscious people to improve the quality of the Lynn River's headwaters. Against these efforts, the Misner Dam stands in the way, acting as a giant plug at the mouth of the river where it sickens the flow from an entire watershed. All across North America, obsolete dams like Misner Dam are being removed due to the public liability they represent, the costs they impose on taxpayers, and for the harm they cause to the environment. Dams require costly maintenance, and they eventually break down in about 30 to 50 years. Mill ponds fill up and require costly dredging that harms the environment. People eventually come to understand that the one-time cost of a river and trail-based park is a much better investment than a dam and a mill pond. What is at stake in the debate over Misner Dam is something more significant than any memory, individual, or club. It's the well-being of an entire watershed. The memories, clubs, and activities of people are fleeting compared to the lifespan of a river. We must measure all of the arguments for the dam against the argument in favor of a healthy river ecosystem. Future generations may judge our own by the environmental legacy we leave for them. When considering the fate of Misner Dam, we must focus on doing what is right for the environment. Doing what is right means removing the dam and replacing it with something much better. Imagine a great transformation of Silver Lake into a park that is more environmentally friendly, useful, and valuable to the community. Imagine Port Dover's version of a great park, like Stanley Park in Vancouver. Imagine Silver Place, a spectacular river and trail-based park. Imagine many kilometers of meandering wood-chip trails for runners, walkers, cross-country skiers, and outdoor enthusiasts. Imagine great expanses of woodland and meadows with indigenous trees and plants. Imagine a clear, clean, naturally flowing Lynn River at the heart of the park. Imagine varieties of songbirds, turtles, flowers, animals, and fish. Imagine canoeists, kayakers, and rafters navigating their way down to the harbor without obstruction. Imagine great seasonal migrations of rainbow and brown trout spawning in the river. Imagine what the landscape looked like before a dam was ever built. Now honestly, how can a dam and an artificial mill pond be better than that? The one-time cost of establishing Silver Place will be a better investment compared with the ongoing costs associated with dam repair and dredging. The creation of Silver Place will involve careful planning, engineering, and management by environmental experts. Indigenous trees, bushes, grasses, and flowers will be planted to recreate the Carolinian forest that once flourished before the dam was built. Imagine a forest in the heart of Port Dover. Silver Place will be situated adjacent to the existing Silver Lake Park. The combined aspects of both parks will be a tremendous asset for the community. Both parks will offer unique elements that complement each other. So how could the creation of a second good thing, a park like Silver Place, be a negative thing? Silver Place will have meandering wood-chip trails designed to support walking, running, hiking, cross-country skiing, and other outdoor activities. The trail system of Silver Place will support a multitude of clubs and activities year-round. Port Dover's growing population will place a high value on a large centralized trail system. This system would be a huge extension to the existing Lynn River Trail system. Across Canada, the trend is to increase the number of trails. Old railways and idle lands are being converted to trails, often with government and private funding. Silver Place will be an exciting venue for 5K, 10K, and cross-country runs. These events will attract hundreds of people and raise thousands of dollars for the community and special causes. Local businesses will gain from the increase in tourism. Schools will use the trails for fitness and athletic events. This type of use alone surpasses what is possible with a mill pond. Advocates for dam repair believe that without a dam, the river will be tiny and unsuitable for trout or anything else. Not true at all. The fact is that in the spring of 2010, after the mill pond was drained for dam inspection, more than 100 trout migrated from Lake Erie and up into the Lynn River between Misner Dam and Ivy Dam. This spectacular migration was well documented by local anglers who photographed some of the trout they caught. These trout, as large as 15 pounds, laid their eggs in what was then a clear, cool, naturally flowing and recovering river. This trout migration holds so much promise for the future. If allowed to flourish unhindered by a dam, the numbers of trout will increase each year, and if protected by a sanctuary during spawning time, the population will become self-sustaining. What is so spectacular about this migration is that it happened so quickly following the lowering of the dam. The positive impact of a trout migration cannot be overemphasized. It could be worth millions of dollars to the community and county. Imagine anglers catching highly prized trout from the Port Dover Pier and from boats offshore. Can you imagine the value that trout derbies could bring? Port Dover could be like Owen Sound, where its trout fishery is worth $1.3 million annually. With the dam lowered in the spring, the Lynn River was reclaiming its past glory. It was becoming a beautiful and pristine river with riffles, rapids, and surprisingly deep pools. The river was dynamic, as rivers can be, and there were narrow points and wide points, but overall, it was becoming a river that could comfortably support more than trout. It was substantial enough to accommodate canoeists, kayakers, and rafters. Rivers, if left alone, will harmlessly disperse silt and cause no ill effects to facilities such as harbors. Port Dover's Black Creek is an example. Its natural flow has no harmful effect on the harbor, and it remains entirely navigable. The Lynn River connects with Black Creek to form the harbor. Black Creek will actually help expel silt from the harbor. But Misner Dam has interfered with the Lynn River's natural dispersal of silt. It has accumulated sediments in its mill pond for decades. The way to deal with this is to simply turn the sediment bed into a forest floor. This will permanently stabilize the landscape. The Lynn River can be environmentally managed to control possible flooding and silt discharge. Relatively inexpensive silt traps can be employed to control silt discharges until in a few years the river reestablishes a natural equilibrium and harmlessly disperses silt on its own. There are environmental experts, such as the Long Point Region Conservation Authority and Trout Unlimited Canada, able to assist in the rehabilitation of the Lynn River. Proponents of dam repair believe that a fish ladder is the magic compromise to end the polarizing debate. The proposition of a fish ladder is an admission that the dam is in fact harmful to the environment. It's a recognition that the dam really does act as a harmful habitat barrier. Dams produce mill ponds that contain stagnant, oxygen-depleted water with muddy, silt-covered bottoms. This type of habitat is unsuitable for spawning trout. It would be pointless to help trout make their way up and into a degraded mill pond habitat. Mill ponds eventually fill up with silt. The north half of the mill pond has already filled to the point where it will soon become dry land, even with a dam repair. This portion could never be dredged without massive environmental harm and a multi-million-dollar cost. The lower south half will one day fill up as well and require a significant dredging effort to validate the repair of the obsolete dam. This will cost millions, so because of the century-long buildup of sediments, it's no longer a simple case of repair a dam and you have a lake. It's now a matter of costly repairs along with a massive excavation that is truly unreasonable. Misner Dam isn't the only dam in Norfolk County. There are numerous dams that will soon become obsolete and require expensive repairs. Repairing Misner Dam would set a costly precedent for the taxpayers of Norfolk. The Lynn River is one of the rare and important cold water rivers suitable for trout reproduction on the north shore of Lake Erie. An ecologically significant trout nursery is a real possibility. For over a century, the potential of this great watershed has been strangled by Misner Dam. Every argument in favor of dam repair must be measured against the call to do what is right for the environment. The future of an entire river ecosystem is at stake in this debate. Sadly, those who support the dam cannot also support the environment. On this issue, you can't have it both ways. Memories, nostalgia, clubs and people come and go, but a river flows on and on, if we would just let it.